I'm giving you an ultimatum. Video games, alcohol, or me?
You're funny.
Pick one.
You're serious. Babe, you're the love of my life. I care about you so much. Like, are you serious right now?
Thank you. That's all I wanted to know.
I need you out by Tuesday.
Women need to stop giving men ultimatums because ultimately, we're going to choose what gives us the most peace. You will lose unless he is a simp.
What was the actual question on the sheet?
What would you want the minimum yearly income to be for your future husband?
What would I want?
Want the minimum yearly income.
What would
to
I
be?
want?
What's with the attitude? What would you want the minimum yearly income to be for your future husband?
Because how is that trolling? What would I want? What would I want it to be?
I mean, there's some degree of like realisticness, to the question.
And because billionaires aren't realistic in your world doesn't mean they're not realistic in my world.
I mean, why not a trillionaire? Why would you want it to be a trillion?
Because I was being realistic.
Yeah, it's totally realistic.
You can't ask me what I would want ideally and then tell me my answer is fake. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Do you agree with me that if every other woman at the table answered the question the way that it was intended except you, wouldn't that also lend us even more credibility that you're probably trolling?
Every woman at the table is not me. I can't really compare myself to the other women.
Well, how do you make comparisons then? Like, how would we ever make a comparison as to whether or not a person was delusional unless they were making a comparison with people who were not delusional?
Sure, that's my answer to your question.
There are 813 billionaires in the U.S. My crystal ball just told me none of them are going to marry her.
Women can do anything that men can do. Prove me wrong.
Who needs a man? Not me, baby. Not me.
You see? Oh my God. There's no oil. Now oil's coming, you see?
Yeah.
Yes, sir, I'm recording it. Somebody put windshield washer or something?
So the car was getting fucked up?
No, I don't know. She just brought it. Oh, Jose.
Yo.
She said her washer fluid is not working.
Reject delusions. Embrace gender differences.
You can't fix stupid, but what's worse? Living with stupid. Rumor has it that the lady was last seen going into AutoZone for blinker fluid.
Is it true that men are less attractive to successful women?
If you show a man a photograph of a woman who's dressed like a CEO and she's gorgeous, and you show a man a picture of a woman who's dressed like a Burger King service person and she's drop dead gorgeous, men are going to find her similarly attractive in both conditions. It doesn't matter. The woman could be doing, it doesn't matter what the woman is doing. And there's been research that shows this. They'll show men and women photographs of people in different types of outfits, and the men's ratings of how attractive the women are has just everything to do with how attractive the women are. For women rating men, it all depends on what they're wearing, right? Do they show cues to resource access? Do they not show cues to resource access? And women tend to modulate how physically attractive they find men based on whether or not they have these cues related to provisioning ability.
Translation: if a man looks like he has a lot of money, then most women will say he looks better.
Men love women far differently than women love men. Men love women for real.
Women love men for real.
No, they don't. Women love men under the premise that they provide value. Men love women idealistically. Women tend to love men more from an opportunistic standpoint.
A woman's love has conditions. If you provide and perform, her love is not based on the person. It's based on performance, provision, and protection, not the person. If you ask a woman why she loves her man, it will fall into those three categories: his performance, his protection, in his provision. She will never mention his person, who he is.
What happened to men pursuing girls? When was the pivotal moment that a man chose to not go after a girl anymore or put in any effort? It seems like guys can just put the bare minimum and not even really put in effort anymore. They don't really care to. Or they're like, why don't girls just go and make the first move and make the effort? When did it become a thing? Now it's like role reversal where they expect girls to be making the first moves, yearning for a guy and chasing him. That is, I feel like, the downfall of why it's so hard to meet someone, because men don't put in effort anymore or don't care to put in effort. And a relationship won't work unless the guy likes the girl just a tiny little bit more. He has to like her just the tiniest bit more for it to work in the long haul. So it would make sense if a guy really wanted to get to know you, that he would go leaps and bounds to get to know you. And when did that shift?
Because if a man persisted like that in today's dating world, he would at the very least be called a creep. And at the worst, he'd be going to jail. That is the reality that a lot of men face. So that in combination with the fact that women are not really reciprocating effort and they're not treating men very well right now, there is a large group of men that are saying that it's just not worth it. And they would say that women have asked for it. They have asked men to leave them alone. So guess what, ladies? They're leaving you alone.
She would only mention what he does. The fact that she actually states that a guy has to like the girl a little bit more than she likes him for the relationship to work should answer her own question.
Do you know what the funniest thing about so many men is nowadays? So many men are no longer scared of being single. They're now scared of being in a soul-sucking, detrimental relationship that's only going to waste their time, waste their energy, waste their effort, and waste their money. They would rather be single than be in a bad relationship. So it's not that men are complaining because they're single. Men are complaining because they've just seen everything as such a waste of time for them lately.
I love being single. Women have just drained me of everything. You got it, lady.
If she doesn't dress traditional, the guy shouldn't pay for the first date? Is that a fair proposition?
I feel like clothes have nothing to do with that.
So like your ass out, you're wearing
that
a hooker's uniform.
Women don't realize when you dress like that, you put a man in harm's way because somebody might catcall, somebody might grab you, and he gonna have to do something. He could lose his life defending you because you want to come outside looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just about controlling you, it's about keeping civilization all right. You know what I'm saying? Women got to stop dressing so crazy. Men are very aggressive, man. Like, it's like walking around a cave of lions with meat hanging off you. Are you gonna be mad at the lions? You walking around with just a group of women with your whole body exposed is dangerous, and it's also dangerous for the men in your life.
I think it's kind of ridiculous to say that that's their nature. That's not your nature.
It is a man's nature.
Men realize the threat of dangerous situations. Women think they have made a new friend. The man is trying to explain to her, and she's telling him that's not his nature. The irony.
Nobody with an ounce of masculinity in their body. Nobody with an ounce of dignity or respect in their body strands their girlfriend or their wife, ever. That's cowardly, childish behavior. No man with any sort of masculinity, any sort of strength or dignity or responsibility takes all the money out of the account and says, you got to go through me, as though you're some kind of overlord or her dad. It's cowardly, childish behavior.
What a delusional simp. What's next? He's going to tell us women are people. Thanks for watching Sigma Traits. As always, we're looking forward to your support. So please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything.